Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and I wanted to show you some books that I recently picked up from Half Price Books and a few of them that I purchased online. A couple weeks ago I went to Half Price Books. I was reading the Wheel of Time series. As you guys, if you've watched these book videos, you know I've glowed about that series and all this stuff. Well, upon reading that series, the first four books were awesome. The fifth book, it started to lack. The quality started to go down. Well, in the sixth book, The Lord of Chaos, it just went completely off the rails and just lost me. I know. I was so motivated to read the entire series. And I wouldn't have gave up there, but I thoroughly researched the upcoming books, and I heard that books 7 and 8 were even worse. And these are 1,000 page books. I just got to a point where I was like, guys, thinking, I can't do this. I can't go on. So I unfortunately stopped reading the series. And it kind of put me into a book slump. It got me frustrated. It got me to a point where I was like, man, I don't know what I want to read now. I have no idea. So I went to Half Price Books and got to looking. And I picked up 3 that were pretty much surefire pickups for me. To read that I figured could get me out of this slump. The first one that I got, which I have not read yet, is Stephen King's The Dark Half. Stephen King is one that can always get me out of a book reading slump. I mean, he's like my go-to guy for that situation. So, I have not read this book. Like I said, I am very much looking forward to this one, though. I love Stephen King's writing, and I think it'll be a very good book. The premise to this sounds really good. About a guy that writes books, or is that what it is? Yeah, he has best-selling novels, and then murders start taking place, and they keep getting closer and closer to him. He says he's innocent. I think he's getting blamed for him. So it sounds really cool, man. And the next 2 that I got from there, I have already read. The first one, Salem's Lot. I had actually never read this before. It's a very, very good vampire tale, very simplistic. And I love how Stephen King makes this town, Jerusalem's Lot, and he brings the entire town to life and basically gives you all the characters in a town, or at least the main characters. And these are several characters. But he presents to you several characters that opens up your viewpoint of this town. And then he tells the central, story of the vampire story in this, and he does it all and accomplishes it in 420 pages. It's just amazing how he can write things like that without it getting convoluted, cluttered, or just too drawn out. Very good vampire story, though, guys. If you've never read this, this is considered one of his classic books, and now I understand why. I really like this one a lot. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. The next one I just finished this morning, and it is The Devil in the White City. Really awesome book about the World's Fair, aka the World Columbian Exposition, which took place in Chicago in 1893. It's basically a fair where all these inventors come together and they are presenting things to the world for the first time, or at least things that people haven't seen on a daily basis. At this fair, people had their first look at juicy fruit gum, shredded wheat cereal. The Ferris wheel was conceived for this fair, and it was the first time a Ferris wheel was ever seen. But also in this book, it tells the story of H.H. Holmes, America's first serial killer that was based in Chicago and was killing people at the time this fair was going on. He had this hotel right down the road, and he was killing people in this hotel left and right. The book deals more with the fair than it does with H.H. Holmes, and the simple reason is the fair is very intriguing to read about, and there's a lot more facts known about the fair than there is of H.H. Holmes. H.H. Holmes was so good at covering his tracks, and there's just a lot of stuff that's not known about him, including how many people he actually killed. It's speculation. They do have a number of people that they know that he did kill for sure, but as far as speculating how many he killed, it goes into the hundreds. So yeah, very good book. I love this, and this book is being turned into a movie that's going to be directed by Martin Scorsese, and Leonardo DiCaprio is going to play H.H. Holmes. And I can tell you guys, after reading this material, they're just going to eat it up. It's going to be, I don't know how, with those two, just those two alone involved, this, I don't see how this won't be an excellent movie once it is made and comes out. It's only in development now, so it's going to be a long time, but you will see this in movie form. This one I gave a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason why it isn't a solid 5 is because I wanted just a little bit more out of H.H. Holmes. It's not really a fault of Eric Larson. He put everything into this book that is known, but still, I would have liked a little bit more on Holmes. The next two I picked up was from this past weekend's haul from Half Price Books. Again, going back to my go-to guy, I picked up Stephen King, Mr. Mercedes. I've never read this book. Always wanted to. I found it for $4.99. I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. And then another one I picked up, my best buddy Crazy J has raved and raved about this book. And look at this deal, guys. I picked up a hardcover revival. Look at that, $5.99. This retails for $30, and I got it for $5.99. Really looking forward to checking this out. I like that cover, nice hardback with the dust jacket on it. Can't wait to check it out. The next three I just got in the mail this week, and these were really good deals. A book I just started reading today, Gary Michael Cappetta, Body Slams, Memoirs of a Wrestling Pitchman. Gary Michael Cappetta was a ring announcer for WWF, and he's most known from his WCW days. He retired in 1995, and this is stories all from behind the scenes. And what I've read already, I'm going to really love this book. I picked this up from a Half Price Books store online, and shipped. This was only $8. You know, so really cool, nice big edition, but $8 shipped. The next one I picked up, I got this on eBay. This was only $5 shipped. With shipping, only $5. Ric Flair, To Be the Man. A nice hardcover book with a slipcover, once again. You know, but man, I mean, $5, man. I couldn't believe that. There he is right there. If you don't know who Ric Flair is, he is a wrestling legend. I am very much looking forward to checking out this book. I've heard it's really good. Looks like it has a lot of pictures in it too, and it says the pictures are taken from his own private collection. But I've heard it's an excellent book. I love wrestling biographies. Definitely looking forward to checking that out. And the last one I picked up, I also bought this online. And I got this one for, I think it was, man, I want to say $6 total. I think I paid like $2 for the book and $3.99 for shipping or something like that. And that is Jordan Belfort's The Wolf of Wall Street. This is the book, or the biography, autobiography that is, that inspired the Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio film. I absolutely love that movie, so I had to pick up this book. Jordan Belfort is scum. I mean, bottom line, the guy is a scumbag. What he did to people and how he treated people and how he scammed people out of millions of dollars, there's no denying the guy is just vile. But the story is just so intriguing because it's so wild. And I'm sure most of it is embellished. You know, I mean, I know that he wrote this, you know, from talking about his days when he was like on severe drugs and drinking and all that. So, of course, a lot of it is going to be blurred. A lot of it's going to be overblown, you know, and embellished, like I said. But it's still, you know, the movie was just so crazy, man. I loved it. And I've heard the book pretty much the movie pretty much follows the book closely, but I'm sure there are differences without a doubt. That's just, you know how that goes with books. But yeah, I mean, just really cheap, good deals, guys. I got all these books for hell of a deal. So yeah, that is my book haul for now. I'm looking forward to every one of these. All of these books are ones that I'm very much looking forward to read. None of these are just kind of like, yeah, I'll get to it. No, these are the ones that I'm reading next. As I've said, 2 of them I've already read. But this is going to be my next set of books to read. That is, of course, unless I come upon something at a store somewhere that I might want to read just a little bit more. But regardless, these are going to be ones I'm going to be reading very soon. So that is my book update, guys. I hope you are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Later.